Hello everybody. I want you all to imagine that today's Friday, it's the end of the week, it's the last day of the week of school, and you have an assignment due today that you need to submit, and today's the day you're going to submit it because you weren't able to submit it earlier. So you're going to go ahead and do that, and then all of a sudden, work calls. And they tell you that they need somebody to come in today. They absolutely need you. Specifically, are you going to either skip school and take a failing grade, or are you going to go to work? Because that's also a huge responsibility. As an adult, many of you are working, so you know that it's a struggle to balance school and work. And this can be conflicting. It's a hard struggle that a lot of people go through. And it's hard to balance both and to know how to balance both. So which is why, after listening to my speech, you'll be able to better balance both with considering the 3 topics that I use and that we discuss. So, being able to properly manage school and work is going to help you succeed individually in the classroom and the workplace, because you can find that state of balance between both. First, I'm going to explain the beginning steps towards managing work and school, and this is first by figuring out a schedule. So, create a schedule for yourself, and what this means is think of everything you do outside of work. This is including like class. That's one of the big ones. Kids, family, homework, shopping, anything you like to do personally or what you routinely do personally outside of work. And think this is when you're not available. So use this to see when you are available. And then by doing that, you can set a schedule and you will know when you're available to work and when you're not available. So this is going to help you plan out when to start working. And this is a lot easier if you aren't working yet, because if you're currently working and you attempt to do this, there's a shift in the workplace and that needs to be done versus looking for somewhere that's going to accommodate these changes and balances, and they're going to do this for you. So one of the websites I recommend for doing this is called Indeed.com, and I'll show you here in a moment. So Indeed.com, what they do is they have hundreds of jobs, and they can fit your schedule. They're very flexible, or they have jobs that are very flexible in time. They can fit your time constraints whenever it's best for you. You can find a job that fits your needs, and this is something that's very good to do. So now that you've figured out a schedule and when you can work, help yourself stick to it and use a planner. Make this easier for you. Using a planner is a very adult and responsible thing to do that a lot of adults do, and especially if your communication skills, are not the best. This is going to help you improve them in the long run also. Using a planner helps you maintain the order and balance of school and work as you can. You can plan when to study and when you have assignments due, and when you have work also. If you're a forgetful person, you can write down when you have work and you'll be able to know. You'll have that set and you'll know when, you can tell your friends or whoever, I am not available this day or at this time. As discussed by How to Balance School and Work Without Losing It by Gwen Elise, it's using a planner is helpful in this way. Not only is using a planner a very adult thing to do, but time management is a very important adult skill to have. So the correlation, you can see the correlation how these two things work together. If you don't own a planner, the website aaroncondren.com is a very good website I found, and this is what it looks like. And you can customize or purchase hundreds of many types of planners, or even buy your own, personalize it. And yeah, if you don't have one, this is good for you. This is just a good place that I found that I'm going to share with you guys. Once you have your schedule planned out, make sure that there's no shifts or changes to it, and help yourself not let there be any surprises. We're going to do this by creating a healthy relationship, a good relationship with your higher ups, so your bosses, and communicating effectively. By doing so, creating a established good relationship and communicating effectively, get on your boss's good side. It's going to reduce the threat that your schedule is just going to be changed, and you're going to be scheduled on a day and time where you have class, so that doesn't work for you, because they're going to take into account you as an individual. If you guys have that relationship and at least you're on their good side, they're gonna look for somebody's schedule when they need somebody, and then they're gonna see you, and instead of just scheduling you because you're an employee, they're gonna take into account that you have class that day. So then they're not gonna schedule you, which is very helpful. And and when you communicate effectively by telling them when you're available, this is very helpful. And if you have a good relationship with your boss, it can even help you be liked by them, and it can even help make work easier for you. And if a problem does arise in your personal life, if that boss really does like you and you have that relationship, then they can even help you figure out a solution to the problem, which is going to be helpful to you in balancing the work and school scenario here. One of the pages, if you aren't very good at communicating with your bosses and stuff, nowadays on the internet there are many videos that are crash courses on communication and tips and tricks and tutorials and things like that that you can find on the internet. One of the ones I found is called How to Improve Your Relationship with Your Boss by Robert Half, Australia and New Zealand. So this is a YouTube video, and this one specifically talks about improving the relationship with your boss and communicating with them, which is a 2-in-1 video which helps you cover more in one video, which is why I'm using it, because it's a good example. So today I shared with you 3 tips to better manage school and work as an adult. Once you become an adult, you're burdened with many things, and going to school and working is harder than it would be for younger students. Adults are at a disadvantage, especially those who are working while going to school, which is the premises of this. So I feel like any knowledge that is going to help make that easier to balance should be shared with everybody who's struggling, and I hope that I was able to do this for you and help you in any way. I hope you all enjoyed the speech. Thank you.